You could fit
right now, twice as many people are being born as are dying. Okay, yes, in the future, it's not as bad as it was predicted to be 30 years ago. But the point is, there's 7 billion people. The point is they're using more oil, okay, per year than we can. We're at capacity. We can't pump any more out of the ground than we're pumping. The speed we're pumping it at is declining rather than increasing, and the demands of those populations is saying, I want more. And all those populations have become at least a bit civilized. They're saying, I want a car, and I want an air conditioner, and I want all the other shit that everybody else fucking has, and there's no way we can sustain 7 billion people. So it's not a matter of population increase. The point is we have to decrease fucking population, and we have to do it really fucking quickly. We don't have 300 years to do it. We got 50 years to do it.
Well, we can't just fix a few problems. We have to fix a lot of problems at once. It's such a joke.
I'm just saying, but there's big ones, okay? There's 70% kind of problems, and there's 30% problems. I'm just saying, if we can pick 5 of these 70%ers, we can fix so much of the problem that we can almost escape the fucking disaster. But we can't escape anything if we keep fixing the 4% problems instead of the fucking 70% problems. And talking about solar energy is a goddamn 2% solution. It's a non-issue compared to where the real problem exists.
I think it's less of the numbers of the population than it is the greediness of the population and all the shit that it takes to maintain those people for their fucking, I don't know, all the bullshit that they want.
Well, exactly. I mean, 60% of the energy consumed in the world is consumed in the United States of America. So, yeah, big fucking problem. The industrialized nations are consuming, 10% of the world's population is consuming 90% of the resources. But the point is the 90% is catching on to the game. So it's not even that the 10% is reducing their consumption, it's that the 90% is increasing their consumption. China and India are a big goddamn problem.
Well, one thing he said is that there's so many problems to address.
That's the white buffalo. What the fuck is that shit? That's the white buffalo. That's a silly thing to say. Ugh, not the Jews. It's a dumb answer. Go ahead, old hack. Sorry to interrupt you. Were you going to say something profound? Come on, go ahead. Go on. Say something profound. Come on. Okay, he didn't do it. Good enough. He's probably wrestling the cat or something. Whatever. Cigarette battery has gone dead. Maybe I'll have one more real cigarette. Okay. Last one of the evening. Need time to go soon. Really tired. Take my penicillin. Okay. Where were we? Oh, Jesus, I'm cold. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Zom. Oh, yeah, she had to go to, maybe she had to go to work. I don't remember. I don't remember her leaving. But, oh, that's right, she left when we had the big disaster. The room got killed.
Seems to me... So.
I was just going to say, China did limit population growth, and that's great, but they're still growing, and it's still a huge population, and it's trying to civilize, and that's a disaster. I mean, it's good for the Chinese. It's just the world can't take it. There ain't enough for them and us. Everybody can't have.
I don't know. I think eventually we might be able to grow enough food for ourselves. Maybe.
Well, food isn't everything you need, is it? Food and water? That doesn't sound like a life to me. I mean, I want my inner nuts. I want my electric cigarette. I want my stuff.
Yeah, but we don't need everything.
Well, I'm not saying we do, but I'm just saying it's much easier to get rid of the excesses. We got too many fucking people. It's insane. We got to get this down to like 3 billion in the next 100 years.
I think we have to definitely tinker around with our psychologies and fix ourselves up before we can fix up the world and what we've done.
Well, I mean, obviously you have to change people's minds, but that's, I'm just saying, this needs a radical turnaround. This is not, a little solution will not save us from the cliff, and the cliff is going to be, if there isn't enough resources, people are going to start killing each other. And not a few people are going to die, a lot of people are going to die, and they're going to die hard, and everybody's going to be really pissed off, and everybody's going to be living in shit. And there might be some nuclear bombs going off. It's not going to be pretty.
I think we should just get a small group of people that have at least some idea of what's really going on, and we should eventually formulate a plan that'll work.
Right. What's your plan? So formulate. My plan is we secretly sneak up on 3 billion people and cut their heads off. Yeah, they won't even know what happened. We do it really, really quick. We just cut their head off really quick, and that'll solve the problem. I don't know. What are you going to do? Well, how are you going to solve the problem? People are not going to give up their gods. They're not going to give up their religion. They're not going to give up their idea that I need to have 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 kids. And so as long as the people keep thinking that way, we're fucked. So people have to start singing a different tune. And it doesn't look like they're willing to sing that tune. So we're fucked.
I don't know, I'm trying to live by example and set a good example of what I think, or how I think people should live.
Oh yeah, but do you think that's going to work? Nobody wants to be a guy who doesn't even know what a penis is. Who the fuck wants to live that life? I don't have my penis. I don't think about my penis. I'll eat gruel. I like gruel. I'll eat some gruel and not have a penis. I mean, who the fuck wants to live like that?
I'm pretty happy. I just don't have sex.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying that most people are addicted to a different kind of life. They haven't been conditioned like you have been, and so therefore they have to radically change to be as efficient as you. I don't even know if you're efficient, though. I don't know exactly what your lifestyle is. Maybe you're not as efficient as you think you are. I mean, that carbon blueprinty thing is kind of complicated. Because obviously, if you live in a cold climate, your carbon blueprint kind of sucks in the winter.
I think eventually one of the keys to changing people is basically, well, if we're gonna be able to change one person in a short amount of time and just to be able to undo all the conditioning that's been done onto them, like, well, that person will be able to change somebody else. So hopefully. Yeah,
but you don't change. You can't change the conditioning. That's the point. You really can't. What you have to get
people
to
do,
you have to get people to invest in the future. Yeah, we don't know where you were, okay? We don't know where you were psychologically 10 years ago, so we don't know what you changed from. Maybe you changed from a lizard into a toad, okay? Maybe it's not a dramatic change. We need to change people that are like marmosets, and we have to change them into like pigeons. I mean, it's a radical kind of change, not a little change, big change. And you're not going to do that. But what we have to get them to do is invest in the future, to know that even though they're not going to like it, they have to do some things that they're not going to like. They're not